Hi guys, it's Natalie. Welcome back to ABoC Studio. This is another in-depth tutorial for absolute beginners, so you don't need to know anything about crochet to start making these bandanas. I think bandana is such a great piece of accessory. We can style it in so many different ways, and at the end of this video, I will show you how I put it on as a top like this. With thin and soft yarn, we can make a big piece and it will be a triangle scarf like this. Granny stitch in thin mohair is my favorite, but this yarn is kind of hard to work with for beginners, so I will recommend some easier material for you. This video is brought to you by Skillshare. As a YouTube crocheter, I can say that it takes a great deal of skills to produce high-quality videos and manage the channel. Now, thanks to Skillshare, it has never been easier for me to learn new skills and improve those that I already had. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, and passion to the next level. It's pretty easy to find suitable classes for you, and you can even deepen your skill set with focusing on some learning paths. I've just joined this one on growing a YouTube channel, and I was amazed by how informative it is. After running ABoC Studio for 2 years, I've realized that there's still so many things I should know sooner. But I guess it's never too late to gain new knowledge and enrich your abilities. The first 500 people who use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start your own creative journey today at your own pace. So these are the colors that I will use for this video. It should take only around 150 to 200 meters of yarn each piece. Depends on how big or how small you want the piece to be. I recommend to use DK or fine yarn category number 2 or 3 with the 4 or 4.5mm crochet hook. However, this is a made to measure project and the pattern is so simple. There's actually no restriction toward tools and material. You can use whatever is available for you. Of course, the fabric would turn out different. For example, with this one, I use Aran yarn with the 4.5mm crochet hook, and this is how thick the fabric turned out compared to this one, which is fine yarn category number 2, still made with the 4.5mm crochet hook. Is just thinner and softer. If you want your piece to be plain, you can use just one color of yarn, and of course you can plan for the colors and have as many colors as you like. So we're gonna start with a slip knot, and I will hold the yarn like this. This is the tail of the yarn, and the rest is the working yarn. Now you're gonna put the hook onto the working yarn like so, and then twist to make a loop, and then you're gonna pinch here to hold the loop. Now with this working yarn, you're gonna yarn over and you twist the hook to the side to catch that yarn over loop, and then bring that yarn over loop through the loop that you are holding. That's how it should look like, and then pull on the tail to close the loop. And that is a slip knot. Now the point of the slip knot is for this loop to be adjustable with the working yarn, not with the tail, okay? When you pull on the working yarn, it's going to adjust the size of the loop. All the loops on the hook should stay close to the size of the hook. It should not be too loose and should not be too tight that it's hard to work with, okay? There should be just a little bit of space so that it's easy to move the hook. Now to make chain, you simply yarn over with the working yarn like so, and bring that yarn over loop through the loop on the hook. And that is the very first chain. And repeat, keep the loop stay close to the sides of the hook, yarn over with the working yarn, and then bring that through the loop on the hook. That's a second chain. Loop close to the sides of the hook, yarn over, bring it through the loop on the hook, and that's the third chain. We need 4 chains, so another one, yarn over and pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each chain shaped like little V. Now follow the rhythm pattern. We're gonna start working double crochet into the first chain. You'll see that behind each chain there's this loop, and when you insert the hook into this first V, you want to take also the back loop like so, instead of just one loop of the V like that. Okay, we're gonna take the back loop with us. Now for double crochet, you're gonna first yarn over. You can put the index finger here so that it's easier to insert the hook. Now insert the hook into the first chain the same way I just showed you. Take 2 loops of the first chain like so, and then with the working yarn bring our loop. You will see that now you have 3 loops on the hook. Try to keep all the loops stay close to the sides of the hook, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We will now have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops to be back with 1 loop. And that is the very first double crochet next to a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, because we work in the first chain of the chain 4, right? And then on top of this double crochet, you will see a V shape just like one of the chain. Now just the same way, work another double crochet in the same place. So yarn over, put the index finger here, and then insert the hook into the same place. With the working yarn, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's the second double crochet. Now another one in the same place, yarn over, insert the hook in the same place. With the working yarn, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that's how it should look like. Chain 3 and 3 double crochet. Now follow the written pattern. We're gonna need a chain 2, so 1 chain, 2 chain, okay? And then work another 3 double crochet into the same place, the same first chain. You will see that the first chain got tighter because we put several stitches in the same place. What I will do is bringing this tail together with where I insert the hook. And for double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook in the same place. But you will see that I'm bringing this tail with me. So basically it's also on top of the hook together with the first chain that I just insert the hook in, okay? With the working yarn, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, okay? That's another double crochet after the chain 2. And then again, another double crochet in the same place, yarn over, insert the hook, okay? Bringing this tail with me. With the working yarn, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now another one, yarn over, insert the hook, bring our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now, you will see that we need a chain 1, and then 1 last double crochet into the same place. So yarn over, insert the hook, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, keep the loops close to the sides of the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and this is how it should look like. This is a chain 3 in the beginning, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, a chain 2, 1, 2, and then another 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and chain 1, and a double crochet in the end. As you can see, there's a little hole here in the middle, and when we finish the piece, I will show you how to close this hole with this tail, okay? Now moving on to the next row, you're gonna turn the work and then make a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And as you can see in the written pattern, we're gonna work 3 double crochet into the first chain 1 space. The chain 1 space is right between this double crochet and this group of 3 double crochet. You see the space between them? That's where we're gonna put the stitches. Now for double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook into the chain 1 space. So you just insert your hook right there in the space. With the working yarn, bring our loop, like so, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Alright, that is how it should look like. 2 more double crochet in this same place. So yarn over, insert the hook in the same place, bring our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and then another one, yarn over, insert the hook, bring our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that's how it should look like. Now, as you see in the written pattern, we're gonna need a chain 1. And then in this chain 2 space, the space with 2 chains, you see, 1, 2, yarn over, insert the hook, bring our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 1 double crochet, and then 2 more, and then another one, okay, and then a chain 2, so 1, 2, and then 3 more double crochet into this exact same place. So a double crochet, another double crochet, and then another double crochet. And now we will need a chain 1. Follow the written pattern, you will see that we will need to work 3 double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet under the chain 3. So as you can see here, this is a group of 3 double crochet, and this is the chain 3 in the beginning of the first row, right? We're gonna insert the hook right under that chain 3, like so, okay? So 3 double crochet, insert the hook under the chain 3, bring our loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and 2 more double crochet in the same place, 1, 2, and then a chain 1, and then 1 last double crochet in the same place. Okay, and this is how it should look like after row 2. Alright, now we're gonna turn the work from the right to the left like so, and then chain 3, keep the loop, stay close to the sides of the hook, 1, 2, and 3. Now 3 double crochet and chain 1 in the first chain 1 space. So between this double crochet and this group of 3 double crochet, the chain 1 space right there, okay, we work 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. A chain 1, and then another 3 double crochet, chain 1 into this chain 1 space. So the chain 1 space between these 2 groups of 3 double crochet, right? Yarn over, insert the hook in the chain 1 space like so, bring our loop, and 1 double crochet, then another double crochet in the same place, then another double crochet in the same place, chain 1. In this chain 2 space, we're gonna do the same thing, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and then a chain 1. So yarn over and double crochet in there, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, and 1 chain, 2 chain, and then another 3 double crochet in the same place, 1, 2, and then 3, and then chain 1, and then 3 double crochet, chain 1 in this next chain 1 space between these 2 groups of 3 double crochet, right here. Okay, so 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then just the same as the previous row, we're gonna work 3 double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet under this chain 3. So we insert the hook between this chain 3 and this last group of 3 double crochet right in there. Now 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and then 3 double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. Okay, and that is how it should look like. Now turn the work, and you will see that from now the written pattern will be the same for every row. We're going to start with a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochet, chain 1 in the first chain 1 space. The first chain 1 space is between this last double crochet of the previous row and this first group of 3 double crochet. Sometime when you forget to work in this first chain 1 space and work right onto this next chain 1 space, because it's a little bit more obvious here than here. So make sure that you don't skip this first chain 1 space, okay? 3 double crochet in the first chain 1 space, 1, 2, 3, and then chain 1, and then another 3 double crochet, chain 1 in this next chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, chain 1, and then the same thing into this next chain 1 space. As you can see, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then in this chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and then 3 double crochet in the same place, that's how it should look like, chain 1, and then 3 double crochet, chain 1 in each of this chain 1 space. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then by the end of the row we always gonna work 3 double crochet, chain 1 and a double crochet under this chain 3. So yarn over, insert the hook and a double crochet, 2, 3, chain 1, double crochet, and that is how it should look like. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, or you can count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this one more time before we change color. Turn the work from the right to the left, and then repeat the same pattern. Start with a chain 3, and then 3 double crochet, chain 1 into the first chain 1 space. It's very easy to make a mistake here where you would skip this chain 1 space and work right on to this next chain 1 space like so. Make sure that, okay, let's just redo this chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So make sure that you work into this first chain 1 space between this stitch and this group of 3 double crochet, okay? That one. So 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. Don't forget to chain 1 after each group of 3 double crochet, okay? And another one, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then another 3 double crochet, chain 1 in the next chain 1 space. Okay, chain 1, And then in the chain 2 space, we're gonna do the same thing, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 double crochet. Don't forget to chain 1 before moving on to the next space. Okay, and then a 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, another 3 double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then another, the same one, 3 double crochet and chain 1. Okay, and then always end the row with 3 double crochet, chain 1, double crochet under this chain 3. 3 double crochet, okay, chain 1 and a double crochet. Okay, and that's how it should look like. Now I'm gonna show you how I switch yarn color. My brown yarn is from category number 1, so it's way thinner than this purple yarn. That's why I'm gonna need to double strand it. It's just the same as the single stranded. I'm just gonna treat this 2 strand as if they are 1. First, I'm going to show you the traditional way to switch yarn. You just simply slide this new yarn into the loop on the hook, like so, and then pull on the previous yarn to close the loop. Then you're going to tie this tail together with the previous yarn. And then you're going to cut this purple yarn off. And so you have the new color to work with. We're just going to turn the work, chain 3, and repeat the same process, like so. But with this traditional way to switch yarn color, you will have 2 tails to weave in later. And I like to minimize the tails to weave in, so I'm going to show you my trick to switch color, leaving no end behind. Let's just redo this. I'm going to use the magic knot method. It's going to be really easy if you're already familiar with this method. However, if you've never tried this method before, I would recommend you to go to this video to practice the method a few times to make sure that you know what you're doing. Because here I'm just going to show you how I use this method to switch yarn color. So to create the magic knot, we're going to need a little bit of extra yarn, and I'm going to estimate that much yarn before I cut this previous yarn. Let's say that I need this much yarn. It doesn't have to be precise, so I just use my eyes to estimate it. And then I can pull out some of the stitches so that there will be more yarn to work on. With the magic knot, we're going to make 2 knots. Put this tail over this yarn, the new yarn, and then make a loop, like so. And then put the tail into that loop. Okay. Before fastening this knot, I will want to match the length of this tail with the one that I estimate before cutting the yarn, right? So it should be like that. I can do this because I'm already familiar with the magic knot method. I can easily estimate this much yarn that I need. So that's why I would recommend you to practice the method before doing this by following that tutorial. But in case you don't want to do this, you can just use the traditional way that I showed you before, right? Now I'm going to make another loop with this new yarn onto this purple yarn. I pull this knot over here a little so that it's easier. I will do the same thing, put this yarn over the other, like so. Create a loop and then put the tail into that loop. Now with this new yarn, it doesn't matter how long the tail is, so we're just gonna do the knot. And then fasten the knot really tight. The same with this one. Okay? And then pull them against each other. And I will check one more time just to make sure. The same way with this one. Then we can cut really close to the knot, but not too close, okay? Lift just a little bit like that. Okay, maybe not too much. And you will see that the knot is really secure, and that is just the magic of the magic knot. Now, as you can see here, I pull out some of the stitches to create the magic knot. That's why I'm gonna need to redo them. So we need 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 1 double crochet. So here's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, chain 1 and a double crochet. And you will see that the yarn changed exactly where I need it to be for the next row. Turn the work from the right to the left and repeat the same pattern. 1, 2, 3, a chain 3. Work in this first chain 1 space, okay? Yarn over, inside the hook, bring out a loop, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, okay, chain 1, that's how it should look like. And the pattern is exactly the same as what we did before, so please follow the written pattern on the screen. So now to bind off, we just simply chain 1, like so, and then cut, but remember to leave a long enough tail to weave in later. And then you just pull the loop out, like so, and then pull the tail to fasten the knot. And that's it. Now if you like, we can line this edge with single crochet and it will look something like this. Here I run 2 rows of single crochet around the edge of the piece. I'm not gonna do it with this one. As you can see, like this one, I didn't do any edging and it turned out just fine. Now let's do the tie string, and we will need a long strands of yarn because we want this string to be a bit thicker. That's why we're gonna need to double strand the yarn. But if you are using some kind of yarn that is already very thick, like Aran or bulky, you don't have to double strand them. You will need the string to be longer if you want to wear the piece as a top. But if you're just using this as a bandana, then it doesn't need to be really long. So you can follow the measurement on the screen. I don't actually measure this with a measuring tape or anything. I just use my arm stretch and do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And then I'm just gonna cut the string. And then put 2 of the ends together and find 2 ends, put them together, and then we're gonna basically fold the string in half. Find the, okay, this is a little bit messy, but so we just basically put the string in half and then find the middle point, the middle loop, like that, okay? And then I'm gonna insert it right into this corner into the corner, chain 1, and then I want to pull on one of the strands just to make sure that this loop got tightened up, like so. Okay, and then I will insert the hook one more time here and do a single crochet, bring our loop and do a single crochet like so. So insert the hook, bring our loop and yarn over, pull through. And then I will just make like a really long chain by just yarn over and pull through until the chain is long enough. And I will meet you there. And then when the string is long enough, I think this is long enough for me, we're just gonna cut it and then bring this out and then just fasten it really tight. And then you can cut close to the knot, but not too close, just a little bit like that. Okay, so that it won't unravel by itself. I will do the same thing on this side and make sure the tie string are of the equal length. Okay, so you can pair them before you fasten. Now let me show you how to weave the ends in properly. So let's do this first. We're just gonna put the tail into the yarn needle and then run it back into the foot of these stitches. Like so. Let's do that a few more times. And then one more time back in here. But this time I will bring it out. But this time I will bring it into the stitches like that. And the trick in weaving the tail is not to run the ends in a straight line, but up and down, right to the left, and twist it with the stitches. So I just go up, I will run it down here. Okay. Remember to stretch the piece once in a while, just to reposition the yarn inside of the stitches. And then I would do this. And then I would just bring it down one last time. And that should be good enough. Now we can just cut it off like that. And we can do the same thing with this one. Sometimes when you accidentally leave the tail too short, you can run the yarn needle where you want the ends to be first, like so, and then put the tail into the needle. Okay, and then pull. Stretch the piece. And then again, I will run the needle first, put the tail in. I will stretch the piece, the fabric, before I cut the tail off. All right,